Hi, guys. Welcome to Monday, August 30th. Oh my God, it's almost September. Okay, this is Unsolved with Barb. I'm just going to wait to see if we get a few people into chat. Um, I hope everybody had a good weekend. Okay, so if you haven't liked or subscribed, give a thumbs up, share my content. I now have 174 subscribers. So happy. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all who have subscribed. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to start now. Okay, so why is it saying 24 minutes? So, anyhow, okay, so today's topic is I don't know if everybody watched the interview room last night with Chris McDonough and his wife. It was a very good show. A little confusing in the beginning for me, or near the end, but I figured it out. Had to watch a couple it another time. Another had to watch it again. So I think I got it now. Pretty sure. Here's hoping. Welcome to everybody. Where's everybody from? Okay. I don't know why it says live in 24 minutes. I'm live now, so this is on. So I'm going to start with a clip. Now, bear with me because I'm new to the StreamYard thing. So we're going to share screen. Hi, Anita. Welcome. Okay, so let's try this video file. And I'm going to go to testify. So these are pictures. Let me know if you can see that. Okay, good. Awesome. Everybody can see the pictures up there? Just give a one for yes. Okay, so this pictures are taken from Chasing Truth. Um, and they show, I'll just let you play through. So this is the original pictures that Chasing had, and the showing pictures are of some are the ones that Chris McDonough showed last night. Whether they're photoshopped or what, they look like they could be. The shadowing and all that. Um, I don't know why somebody would Photoshop pictures of Summer to make it look like she had bruises. Um, so there's that. Um, I do have a few photos that I did that were taken by somebody else, and the filters were taken off the pictures, and in those pictures, you could see like every time he took off a layer of filter, like because if you have the beauty filter on or whatever other filters you have on your cameras. Um, but it did show you could see um, with the filters being taken off. So I don't know if these pictures show the filters being taken off or not. So, okay, another clip that I would like to share. So let's end that clip. Remove that from studio. Okay, and my other clip is of Candace, her facial expressions when Dawn was talking about Summer being dead, possibly dead. And the look she gave him, I bet you he was dead at that time. All right, so let me see if I can pull that up for you. Okay. Video file. Do. Okay, open that one.
I don't want to think she's dead, but it's a
Here it comes.
possibility. I don't want to address
What's
all
your
the
face?
negativity. I just want to focus on.
Stop right there. A picture is worth 1,000 words.
So true.
Don said she's dead, or could she be dead? He brings up death, and look at Candace's reaction.
But it's a possibility. I don't.
She looks like she wishes that he was dead. That's my opinion. Okay, so with the I'm just gonna remove that. With the interview last night, he was trying to say 40 minutes were unaccounted for, and originally I couldn't figure out what 40 minutes he was talking about. But at the end, I caught it. Let me just find it in my notes here. It was the time from the 911 call, which was between 6:23 p.m. and 7:03 when the first search and rescue arrived. So that 40 minutes, is that 40 minutes? Yeah, that's 40 minutes. That 40 minutes, from what I understand, Chris said that they were just basically not doing anything and on their phones. So that 40 minutes, no one has time for. But there's also time missing in the morning, I find. So the timeline that I understand to be accurate at this time, now it will change when the cell phone records and all that stuff come in, most likely. But I was wondering, like, if Don said that he got up at, did he get up at 5:30, or did he leave for work at 5:30? So if he got up at 5:30, got ready for work, left work, say the house, say at 6:30, arrived at work for 7, so that's a half-hour drive. So let's make him leave at 6:20 a.m. He arrives at work at 7. So Candace and Grandma and Summer would have to have been awake by at least 7 in the morning in order to get Grandma to the clinic in Kingsport for her 8 a.m. appointment. So the boys are left at home from, I'm going to say, 7:30 until 3:15ish. But that time, I think, is different. I think they arrived home closer to 4:39, arriving at home. The reason I state that is because Candace said, Grandma, so Grandis stated on that Facebook Messenger chat that since the last photo of Summer in the back truck sleeping with her head on the milk, she said that that video was taken at 3:09, and according to Candace. And Grandmas said that they did not arrive back home until an hour and a half after that picture was taken. So to me, Hi, Nikki. Welcome. So to me, that brings him home at 4:39. So I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm going to go with for right now. And so the Warriors Park video of her and of Candace and Chris talking. She said everything is in slow motion, and Chris said that's true of a traumatic event. Okay, so wouldn't everything be slow motion at her house when she was doing the walkthrough? Because that's where Summer disappeared, apparently, not at Warriors Park. So now I'm back to thinking, did something happen at Warriors Park? Because originally I figured she came home. So there's that little discrepancy, I would say. I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me in the chat there. That would be great. An accident. Could she have fallen down the stairs? I don't know what everybody's theory is, but I have a couple. My one is the accident, falling down the stairs, and then when Candace finally went down to check on to see what Summer was doing, she found her deceased and let out that scream. I don't know. I could picture Candace screaming pretty loud. So, but you think Grandma would have heard Candace, and Grandma said she didn't hear a scream. So then you got to think that way too, right? Oh. If it was an abduction, it's possible. Yes. Probably. Maybe not. I don't know. It had to be somebody that was familiar with the wells and with the property to know who was home, where to go up. Do I use a dog trail? Do I use the driveway? Could it have been Dawn that taken Summer from there? Because I don't think Dawn thinks that Summer is past in the beginning. And Candace is thinking that she's just missing or someone has taken her, and she just wants her baby home. When Dawn was talking about possibly Summer being dead, and with the evil look that she gave him. And Candace did say that all the doors, windows were locked, no one was in, and no one came out. So there's that. So it means when the boys were home, when she was away for the day, she made sure that the boys were locked in the house. So whether they have locks on the outside of the doors and on the inside makes no sense. I wouldn't do that. But maybe you think it was set up? I know it's hard to believe which side, and we won't know until it comes out. Nikki, I think they knew CPS was coming, and they could have handed her off to set up a pickup, so they didn't know what happened that day. Yeah, but if CPS was coming, they would come for all of the kids, not just for Summer, right? I mean, the 3 boys would have been, and like they have been taken now too, right? So, and with Don, when he projects that Summer could be locked in a dungeon somewhere. Well, that basement that they have looks like a dungeon. There's not very much lighting, um, natural light, or even artificial light with light bulbs and stuff down there. It looked cold, dank, dark, scary as F. Um, but okay, what'd you say? I was. She was the only SA victim on exam and would have done on her. But we don't know if Summer was essayed yet, and that might come out later once she's found. Um, but until that happens, we can't say that Summer was essayed. So, and unfortunately, that's the sad truth. And Dawn. Oh, sorry. Right. If. Yeah. Correct then. Sorry about that, Nikki. The Dawn kept saying that Summer's downfall was to be outside. Well, I got you, Nick. Thank you. um, Dawn kept saying that Summer's downfall was to be outside. Well, every kid's downfall is to be outside then. Every kid likes to be outside. Who wants to be tied inside? I wouldn't. My kids like the outside. And he says that she's so he's so afraid that she is locked away. To me, looking back at all the videos of interviews of the news and other creators, I think in some way, if Dawn is saying truths in a roundabout way. So, like he's saying Summer's downfall was being outside. Okay, so he's blaming her for being outside, and then he's saying that he's afraid that she's locked away. So, do you know something that we don't know, Dawn? Or is it just the way of him speaking? She wrote her off way too fast. He wrote her off too fast. Yes, I agree. Like, as soon as he came home, he said she's been abducted. Abducted. Um, I wouldn't think my kid, and I did live in the country, but we did have closer neighbors. Um, I wouldn't have thought my kid would have gotten abducted right away. I would have thought, oh, they got lost in the bush, they fell and hurt their or broke a leg or an arm, they're in pain somewhere. Um, we live close to a swamp, so did they get too close and fall in? Like, but he went right away to the abduction, and then Candace kind of came on board. Yeah, she said, I believe that she was taken from the property, but the only way that could have happened, I think, is if it was planned, if someone they knew, they gave her to them. It's hard to say. If I go that way, then I go down another rabbit hole, and I just get so infuriated that these parents let what happened. Like, and Candace makes it that, oh, I had my eyes on her. I watched her go in the house. I followed her to the house door. I told the boys to keep an eye on her. Um, that's not the boys' job. And I bet your Summer had free reign of that house in that yard. They are both way. Oh, everything keeps popping up. They are both way too calm for me. I would be flipping out too. Yeah, me too, Nikki. I would be flipping my shit. But let me see what else I got going here. I hope everybody's having a good Monday. I want to know how Candace doesn't know where the dog trail is, but Dawn does. Because I think Dawn used that dog trail to go up and get Summer. Or he told somebody about that dog trail to go up and get her. What do you think about an accident? Do you think that Summer could have fallen down the stairs? Do you think that all the kids, boys included, were outside playing hide and seek and something happened? Why was the oldest boy shown in the news conference, the first conference that Don did? Why did he have his son with him? Why? Why put him through that? Was that a punishment for letting something happen to Summer? Food for thought. And who called? Did Hunter call Allie? Or not Allie, sorry, Candace? Or did Candace call Hunter when when Candace and Summer were at the doctor's office in the parking lot? I'm wondering if Hunter did call Candace and Hunt said, "Oh, come on over," and then Candace saying, "Make sure it's okay with your mom." So he makes sure it's okay with his mom. So she heads over because Allie said it's okay for a little while. So she heads over to Hunter's place. So we don't even know what time Hunter or Candace were talking to each other on the phone that morning, but we will know more when the cell phone records come through or are made public, one or the other. Does that answer your question, Anita? Not really, I guess. I want to know how Candace doesn't know. I'm sure. I bet you she does know where the dog's trails are. She's just saying that she doesn't. Because that's her property. You would think you would know the ins and outs of your property. And it's right off the back or the side door or whatever, kitchen or the back door, I guess, the basement door. So I would assume Candace would know about the dog trails. So I don't know. So if they're at 8 a.m. at the doctor's appointment, Hunter calls. We don't know the time. She goes to pick up Hunter. They leave Hunter's place around 10 or 10:30 because Grandis called and said that she was done. So then Candace shows those right. And then someone said about the swimsuit. Was Summer wearing the swimsuit? No problem, Anita. I wonder if I can make this. I can. Awesome. Okay, so swimsuit. Was Summer in her swimsuit prior? Like when she was at home, was she put in her swimsuit that morning? Or was she put in her swimsuit at Hunter's place? Because that's what Hunter said. I guess Hunter thought they were going to the water park, and Candace said, no, we're just going to go to the swimming pond, the horse pond, to swim. And the only actual hard numbers that we have for the timeline are the 133 at Walmart, or not Walmart, sorry, Walgreens, sorry. The 623 911 call, and the 703 on the first arrival of search and rescue. So whether that would be police or search and rescue, it just said first responders. So now when she got home, if she got home at 3:15, like she said, because that picture she said was taken at 3:09, and she said that was 5 minutes from her house. They were 5 minutes from the house when that picture was taken. So that means Summer wasn't sleeping very long. But Grandis says that they didn't arrive home until an hour and a half after that photo was taken. So that means instead of arriving home at around 3:10, 3:15, they would have arrived home around 4:39. So if she arrived home around 4:39, they put the groceries away. Okay, so they unloaded the groceries to the house and then moved, separated Grandma's groceries, took them over to her camper. Summer and Candace were putting away the groceries at their place. Candace said the boys were relaxing, watching TV, hanging out. She and Summer decided to do a load of laundry. So a load of laundry is probably, a 28-minute wash and about an hour dry. So there's an hour and a half. So that would be, so if you go 4:30, I would say that they would be done with the groceries, putting away, and start the laundry probably around 5. And then an hour to dry. So that would make it 6. And then they went planting flowers in there. So maybe, okay, so between 5 and 6 of the clothes maybe being put in the dryer, if that's what happened. They planted the flowers. Summer goes back in because she wanted to go play with her brothers. The brothers state that she went downstairs to play with her toys. So that's my timeline there. So I said 5, so 6 to dry. Yeah, so there wasn't much. They weren't home long for her to go missing. Like I would say 2 hours. Less than 2 hours. 2 hours? 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. Yeah, just under 2 hours. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any comments? All right. Like Candace makes a point to mention that she walked Summer to the house. She made sure that she had eyes on Summer going into the house. That's a red flag. Why? I wouldn't do that. My kids would go in and out with the backyard. It wasn't fenced in. Mind you, we did have neighbors, so maybe. But we had wildlife, bears and deers and snakes and skunks and fishers and everything. Um, was she outside playing hide and seek with her brothers? Candace says it was her idea to go back into the house and play, meaning it was Summer's idea. Um, I know it's so confusing. Not you. Okay, thank you. Um, yeah, the whole situation is confusing because there's so many scenarios. Like if there's abduction, there's accident. Did the brothers do something? Did she just get lost in the woods? Was she sex trafficked to somebody that they knew? But these people don't have money. Like, I don't know. It's so. And we won't know it until it comes out, whether it be by the police or when it comes to trial. And I'm telling you, when it comes to trial, it's going to have to be put somewhere else because I'm pretty sure that it won't be a fair jury. Not with all what's been going on. But we'll have to worry about that when it comes to it. And Chris said that their phones were all scrubbed from 3 p.m. till 6:30 p.m. Why weren't they scrubbed from, say, 7 a.m. till 6:30 p.m.? Why not that whole day? That whole day needs to be looked at. Who called who? What was said? Did Dawn call Candace to check up? Did she get a text from a person saying it's done? It all needs to be said and put out. So the 40 minutes, and this is what I got from Chris. He said the 40 minutes that he cannot account for, or not account for, but is from 6:23, from the time that the 911 call was made to the first responders arriving on scene at 7:03. What happened in those 40 minutes? We don't know. And Dawn keeps saying, I, Dawn says, some bad person grabbed her and we have no idea. And he says, I'm trying to think, beat our brains out, covered everything that we could think of already. And then Candace says, she is scared that someone is hurting her and there is nothing that she can do about it. And it smothers me. Dawn says, personally, I think someone came up here, grabbed her, and ran down the hill and threw her in a car and drove as far away as they could from this area. You're right. They are the only people that know. Candace, Grandma, Dawn, the three boys. Those were the ones that were said to be home. Now, people are saying Dawn might have not been at work that day. Or that he might have left work and came home and then left for work again. But that's just a rumor. So until we can have fact on that, you know, we're only speculating again. And I it's harder and harder. I wish they would just come and say, yeah, it was an accident. This is what happened. And yeah, we hit it. Okay, thank you for telling us this. Yes, you will be charged with certain things, most likely. Um, you know, the boys, are are under a gag order right now, so we can't really literally talk about what's going on with them. Plus, I don't think anybody really knows. Um, all we know is that they are safe, and and they have. I'm hoping, and I would assume that they would be into some type of counseling. Um, yeah, and same with Candace and Dawn. They need to be in counseling, couples counseling. You just don't. You gotta have some kind of help with dealing with someone like your child missing or your child passing on. Can you imagine if she did have an accident and she did pass on the property and Candace is hiding that fact? Can you imagine what's going through her mind, knowing that her baby is dead and that she technically is to blame for not keeping an eye on her? And that's sad because every parent doesn't watch their child continually when they're in the house playing. So, and it wasn't that far. Like she was outside, Candace. It's like a 20 foot to her house. I've been outside at my house when my kids were young, planting flowers while they're in the house playing. I've been mowing the lawn when they're in the house playing. I've been shoveling the driveway when they're in the house playing. So they should have, if it was an accident, it was an accident. But now it's more because she hit it, if that's what happened. Um, who thinks Dawn was at work that day? You guys think that Dawn was at work? Uh, I don't know. I think Dawn might have come home from work because no one watches him. No, no one, no one, no one. He's his own boss, so to speak. He works by himself. Who's to say he didn't take an extra long lunch break? Got something to eat. Maybe made a trip home. Did he make a trip home to check on the boys, knowing that they were home alone? Because Canada was out with Grandma and doing things for Grandma because of her knee. So did he come home to check on the boys? That's a possibility. Um, do you want to see that again, or did you see the clip that I showed about her, the face she gave, Anita? Guilty look or are you serious look? Don't think he was at work. I think he came home. I think he went to work, and I think he came home after. What time he came home at, I don't know. But those boys, I can't remember their exact ages, 12, 9, and 8, 8 or 7. I could be wrong on that. Um, I don't know how mature the oldest one is, like responsibility wise. But did you see the clip, Anita, or do you want me to show it to you again? Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again because it's it's really good.
I don't want to think she's dead, but it's a possibility. I don't want to address all the negativity.
Okay,
I just want to focus on.
Stop right there.
You see the face right there? She looks like she wants to smack him upside the head for saying about Summer possibly being dead.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. Don said she's dead, or could she be dead? He brings up death, and look at Candace's reaction.
But it's a possibility. I
That clip there,
I don't want to think she's dead, but it's a possibility. I don't want.
that's how I look at that.
A picture is worth
I would
1,000
be
words.
I would be saying if my husband said that and my child was missing, I'd be saying, what are you thinking? Because they're not thinking on the same page here, as Chris pointed out. He's thinking, Don's thinking that Summer has already passed, and Candace is thinking that her daughter has just been taken. But by who? So she looks like she's scared. Yes, it does look like she's scared and peeved and shocked and angry and everything else with those emotions that would be in those emotions. If he doesn't, if he did, he wasn't at work long. Yeah, as he probably just checking out the area to see how busy the roads were. Oh, checking what roads to see what roads are busy around his house, around Ben Hill Creek. Uh, and why would um, Candace, if they thought someone came up and abducted her, why would Candace send the 3 boys down to the creek looking for her, or to the shed? And another thing, the shed that was down at the end of the property that Don went to right after or before going to the house. Did he go in and look there, or did he just check to see if the boys were there? Because that part to me is confusing. I would have been ripping that place apart to see you. And I'm sure the police and the cadaver dogs and search dogs and search and rescue have probably been there for the abduction to come into play. I agree. Could she have been held there until Dawn got there and then Dawn took her somewhere? Or was she held there and put there by Candace when Candace went looking for her and then moved when Dawn came? Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, I got to piece that one together in my mind again. So I'll come back to that shortly. I just got to figure that out, what I had just said. Wow. Okay. Does anybody think the church has something to do with it? I don't think the church plays a role in it, but I notice that we don't hear anything from David Dobson anymore. I don't know if that's because the boys are gone from there. Hi, Pandora. Why would they leave the boys alone when child support was coming? When child. Oh. Well, that's a rumor, I think. The CPS thing. I think that's a rumor. Because CPS doesn't. You don't know when CPS is coming. They always say. They just show up. They don't tell you, hey, we're coming over to visit you today. So, but she also locked them in the house. Was that because so CPS couldn't get in? Maybe. I don't know. That's okay. I got it. Child services, no problem. That's okay. I always call them Walgreens, Walmart. So we don't have Walgreens here in Ontario that I know of. Do you guys think that? Do you think that it could have been a person, a sexual predator that attended the Sabbath day church? Do you think? Because in the videos of church videos, you see some are running around all over the place, interacting with people and robbing and being on stage and running around the congregation. Do you think that maybe somebody that has a sexual deviant mind um, had an eye on her and watched her every step and what she did and knew where she lived and knew about the dog trail and maybe staked it out for a couple of weeks prior to getting her? Could that have been happening? We don't know. Now, I'm going to switch the gears a little bit. Grandis's brother, Warren Scott Harrer, he's in an institution right now and has a heck of a criminal record. The church gives me vibes as well. I think it's because not occult wise, but I get it. Everybody has their own religion and own beliefs. I understand that. Um, I just think it was a fly by your seat kind of church. Does that make sense? Not to put any church down, because God is God and God is good, you know. But Candace's, or yeah, I guess it would be Candace's uncle and grandma's brother, Warren. Um, I think, no, this is not for sure, for sure. I did hear in the grapevine that he's possibly being released um, in September at some point, maybe October. But my thing with that, when they get to him, I just gotta find it. Okay, so he is what, 63, 64? He was arrested and sentenced in 1994 on 8 counts of incest with a child, pleaded no contest, found guilty but not guilty due to mental disease or defect. So because Warren has mental issues, they, instead of putting him into jail, they put him into an institution. I guess that's to maybe rehabilitate him. But this is what I found. It goes, Harrer, so I'm going to say Warren Scott Harrer was committed to the Department of Health Services Department for Institutional Care for a maximum term of 80 years. 80 years. Why is he being released then? It goes on to state, the state petition alleges that Harrer, now this is Warren, suffers from mental conditions that predispose Harrer to engage in acts of sexual violence. Also alleges that Harrer is a dangerous as his mental disorders make it likely that he will engage in future acts of sexual violence. Why are they going to release him then? I don't understand that. Do you guys get that? Because I don't get that. If you're sentenced to a maximum of 80 years, that's a life. You're going to die in there. And I don't know how old he was when he was put in there. So 94, 2004, it's 10, 14, 20. So he's been in there 20 plus years. Do you think he's rehabilitated? Is it possible for him to be rehabilitated? Is he going to go to another institution that's maybe not as high security? Or is he going to be put in an institution where he's allowed to have day passes to go out? Or what's that about? The state says that he will reoffend, highly reoffend. He is a sexual, violent person on children. Just food for thought. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to end this unless you guys have any questions for me or any comments that I'd be willing to answer. Just give me a shout in the chat there. All right, well, I'm going to look up, because I know it's lags. I'm on StreamYard, so okay. All right, guys, please hit subscribe if you haven't already. Give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Leave a comment for me, because I like reading them, and I do try to answer them. You guys have a great Monday, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow with something new. Have a good day.